Hey, what is up, guys? Josh back here again with you today for another one. And this one that I have here today is one that I've been looking forward to doing for a while now. One I've been looking forward to actually buying for a while now as well. Earlier this summer, I purchased a particular Jamaican rum from a local store. It was one that I really quickly kind of began to love, going through this sort of having a bunch of different bourbons and whiskeys and stuff like that. Now kind of going on through this journey of trying different types of rums. Not just your Captain Morgan, not just your spiced rums. Bacardi, all that kind of stuff. Not all that kind of stuff, but going on and trying different rums from around the Caribbean. I've had done. I think a couple different rum reviews on here. I've done like a Louisiana spiced rum. I've done a Barbados aged rum. This one is from Appleton Estate, and it is their rare blend 12 year. I have not opened it yet. As you can see, I just bought it today actually and was really excited to come home and try it. I've had their signature blend, which is a blend of different 15-year-old rums, I believe. This one is a more darker, richer one that is a blend of 12-year-old rums, minimum age rums. I believe it says on the commercial description. And this one is from a number of select barrels that have those 12-year-old rums in them. See, it says full-bodied rum, complex sweet citrus, spice, and woody notes such as delicate molasses, vibrant orange peel, rich vanilla, subtle coffee, and cocoa with a hint of almond and toasted oak. 43% alcohol by volume, which puts it at roughly, I think, I want to say like 86 proof, maybe, somewhere around that range. So let's go ahead and pop this little kind of box open and get to the bottle itself, which is the same type of bottle as the Appleton Estate. Appleton's signature blend, same bottle, just has like a red label here, red top, lighter colored rum. I'm not sure if they color these rums at all, but I think that there's a possibility that they do, from what I've heard. So distilled and blended in Jamaica by the J. Ray and Nephew Distillery. And I believe Appleton Estate was one of the first rum distilleries in Jamaica. I believe it was the first rum distillery in Jamaica. Got this little small taster glass here. One of the only ones that I can use to really get my nose into it to see get everything from the bottom. Yeah, the color is, as you can see, is kind of a darker, kind of amber, kind of not really gold, more of a kind of a light amber kind of color. Kind of get a good idea of it against this white wall back here. Just sort of a light amber color, darker though than the like I said, the signature blend, which I do not have. I drank it all. It went really well. It was more of a mixing rum. It went really well in classic daiquiris. A lot of good flavor in it. But this is supposed to be their sipper blended rum that you would put over ice, or they mentioned a couple of different kind of more elegant type of cocktails or whatever to kind of do this type of rum in. So yeah, the color, like I said, kind of a light amber. Let's go straight in for the nose on this. Yeah, again, that sort of funky-ish kind of Appleton Estate sort of aroma that I was getting with the signature. Getting definitely some light chocolate notes, light sort of coffee notes, citrus, maybe some baking spices. It almost smells a little similar to like a bourbon almost. It is aged in American oak barrels. Not sure if they're charred or if they're white oak barrels, but I did mention that on the site. But yeah, it just has this really nice, just deep kind of, again, funky citrus, almost kind of like a barnyard type of smell to it, with that citrus coffee chocolate. Bittersweet chocolate though, not like milk chocolate or anything. Yeah, it smells nice. Let's go ahead and go for the flavor on it. Funkiness still coming through on the palate that I get on the aroma. Kind of like this sort of like sawdust, sort of hay, sort of um, kind of flavor. Still with the chocolate, the cocoa. I mean, getting that as well. Maybe a little bit of that coffee on the back end. Um, I want to say that there's a bit of that citrus, but yeah, getting the citrus. It's almost more of like a pithy sort of citrus, though, not like the actual fruit. More of that sort of pith, kind of closer to the rind, more than the actual citrus fruit or any citrus juice or anything. Good bit of alcohol heat, but as with a lot of higher proof, type of spirits and stuff, it settles down after a couple sips. You gotta get your palate sort of used to it, I guess. Sort of, I mean, literally, I think your taste buds have to get sort of numbed out a little bit from that alcohol bite. Um, so it does have a little bit of that on it, going for it, like a bit of heat. Um, Again, it is like 43% alcohol, but it's not really all that. I'm not adding water or ice to it. It's really not that crazy or anything for me to have to water it or chill it down. Although ice might be interesting to try with it. Not very sweet. I do need to. It's not a sweet rum. There's a little bit of like kind of bittersweet flavors going there, but it's mostly this dry, sort of aged, oaky rum flavor. I actually should mention that there is a good bit of oak in this too. I'm getting, I think that's where some of that sort of, I'm saying like, heat, like sort of bitter sort of thing. I think it's more of like, a sort of woody, just deep wood kind of oakiness that's in there as well. That's sort of really kind of all the way through the rum on the palate. A good strong wood flavor. Almost like kind of a bit of honey, caramel, molasses, more of like a darker kind of honey. Yeah, definitely molasses actually. Um, Almost like blackstrap molasses, but not crazy. Mostly oak, mostly that cocoa, mostly that sort of that citrus rind on the finish with the molasses, and that sort of again fairly long finish with the oak wood kind of flavor. So it is actually in that regard sort of similar to a bourbon, but it's that sort of uh, molasses kind of flavor on the back end that reminds you that you're drinking rum instead. Um, Finish is again dry. Um, not it's not crazy smooth or anything like that, but it does have a nice long sort of finish on the back that sort of lets you kind of continue to savor it in between sips. Um, Not so much on the palate, but on the back. I'm getting on the back of the palate, I guess is what I'm saying. Um, yeah, I'm still getting some honey notes and some sort of molasses type notes on the back. But definitely a step up. It's not crazy different than the signature blend. The signature blend is a little bit more more subtle with some of these notes. This is like going a little stronger with those notes that I get out of the signature blend. But I could definitely see this going pretty well with ice, going well in old fashioned for sure. There's a cocktail involving honey and lemon on the site that they mentioned that sounds like something I might try. I could definitely see those flavors going well with it. So with ice, I would try. I'm definitely probably gonna, after this video, maybe try some with ice and see if what that does to it. But the flavor by itself, it is definitely a one that you can sip for sure if you don't mind a little extra alcohol heat. with that being a factor with it. But definitely would recommend trying it out if you are trying to branch out with your rum collection, rum experiences, tasting different types of rums that are beyond Captain Morgan and Sailor Jerry's and so on and so forth. Would recommend getting the Appleton State Rare Blend, the 12-year-old, and seeing what you think. It is around 32. I got it for after tax actually, so really not a bad price either. That's like right around my cap point of any sort of like bottle of spirit that I would buy. So it's actually an affordable price for a solid Jamaican rum. So definitely recommend checking it out if you see it. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching.